sunlit days, one thing stays the same. Rises the moon, rises. Days fade, days fade, memories swim. All that remains fade, days fade. Pull you down just like a sinking ship. Floating is getting harder. But tread the sunlit days, one thing stays the same. Rises.
Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the first round match of the round of 64 and the first match in general for the Catch Academy tournament. It's actually a pretty interesting match today. We have CrunexX on Team Red versus MiltonQwQ from Argentina. And these players have agreed to do a mid-week match. Kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of matches like this usually. But yeah, they decided to do that, and yeah, that's why we have the stream going on now. I'm the only caster here today. My name's 004. You can see on the thing in the bottom. And yeah, we'll get into this now. But yeah, seedings. I mean, looking at the seedings, these players look to be very close in skill. I mean, seed 18 versus seed 18 versus seed 47. So, you know, in terms of seedings, it's in favor of CrunexX. But we have a funny little glitch here where it says that Milton number 1 to every single map. So, quite funny, honestly. But Yes. Looks like CrunexX seems more comfortable on hidden. I guess they number 1 hidden 2, and DT looks like they're somewhat confident on. Their Nomad looks pretty consistent overall. Milton seems like they struggle on hidden and DT a little bit, and a little bit of consistency issue with Nomad. So doesn't mean he's totally, out of the match here, as it's round of 64. The pool's a lot easier than the qualifiers, so should be some chances for them to come back. Oh, it looks like my mic was low. Oops. Let me see. There we go. I turned it up. But yeah, in terms of the seedings and qualifier results, I think that these matches will still be close regardless of these scores, because we are at a much easier round. And now we're going to be getting into the actual gameplay here. I'm going to just turn up the volume. And we're going to be doing some warm-ups. So I think we have 2 warm-ups, I'm not sure. I'm wondering why the chat's not showing up. Usually... There we go. Show up. Oh yeah, and the skin is not showing because I did an oopsie and I forgot to put that on. Kind of last minute setup here, so I'll try to get that on once we transition from warm-ups to the other stuff. Map info isn't showing because Laser Client wants to be annoying, I guess, and not display the info. So after this warm-up, I'm probably going to just quickly check that and reset and see if it fixes it. Yes, another typical comment L, I agree. But looks like CrunexX is pretty confident on that map. You can see the map there now, at least. Not gonna butcher that name, but a rain map, so a little bit harder for most new players, I would say. So it gives us an idea that CrunexX has definitely practiced a lot, which is a good thing for him. Now I'm going to quickly see what's wrong here, so I'm going to switch this to here, and I will mute, and I will check this out and try to fix it up real quick. Give me just 1 second. Okay, there we go. Things should work now. I just had to change a setting, and it looks like my computer decided to remove a important file that was necessary for Laser to see like all the information like chat and map. But it's fixed now, so that's good. And it looks like we're going into roles here, which is pretty awesome. And it looks like Milton won that role, and they're gonna pick first ban. Interesting. Typically we see players picking first, but I guess he opts to ban first. Maybe he has a strategy in mind, I'm not sure. DT2 is going to be banned from Milton. Probably not feeling comfortable on DT, which is pretty, I would say, common for newer players. DT's kind of weird mod, with the faster movement speed and such, so makes sense. And Nomad 2 is going to be banned from CrunexX and Team Red, so it's 2 of the 2s getting banned. Maybe there's a reason why, who knows. But that's going to do it for bans, and CrunexX is going to pick DT1. Yeah, and this map here, I'm gonna move my name so it's not in the way. Put it here. There we go. This map emphasizes a lot of control, so platter control is very important for this map. AR6 before the DTs apply, so it's around AR7 around there with after DT, so not too bad for reading, I would say. Maybe a little bit on the higher side, but I think both players should be somewhat comfortable with this, hopefully. Also, this is a first to 4 points, so whoever gets the 4 points first will win this match. So not too long of a match, but definitely stressful, as you don't have a lot of chance to change things. If let's say CrunexX or one of the other players, Milton, has momentum, then you know it's pretty stressful because you only have 3 maps to bring it to tiebreaker. So yeah. Also, cat skin is on now. Pretty epic. But yeah, here we go. DT1. Yeah, and both players are setting out really strong here, holding on to SS's, hitting all those droplets, which is really important, especially with easier rounds like this. Act can be very important and determine who wins. Same as spinners, actually. It looks like Milton's going to have a little bit of act drop, which is going to give the advantage to CrunexX, as he's a little bit ahead now. It's still flicking back and forth. It still can go either way if one player misses. But so far both players are holding on the combo. And here's the determiner who's going to win the spinner. And it looks like CrunexX is going to win that spinner battle. He looked like he actually practiced spinning there, and that's a perfect example of why you want to practice spinning and the difference that spinning can make in a tournament match. As you can see there, the score difference very, very close, but it looked like CrunexX noticed a better path than Milton and was able to catch more bananas. Even though Milton had a little bit of act drop there, he still could have won that if he had taken a better path than he did. So yeah, that's like a prime example of spinning and why it's important to all the new players there. And yeah, CrunexX assessing that. Pretty good performance. Putting him up at 1 point. Now it's going to be Milton's turn to pick.
Закрываю дверь квартиры, отключаю все мобилы. Недоступно для дебилов, потому что я влюбилась в тебя. Тупого наглеца, чего же, чего же? Потому что дура, дура, супер дура, дура, дура. Потому что дура, дура, супер дура, дура, дура. Потому что дура, дура, супер дура, дура, дура. Потому что дура, 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 дура. Я увидел.
Yeah, it looks like Hidden 1's going to be picked, which is interesting. If I looked at the qualifier results correctly, I thought Milton was uncomfortable with Hidden. I could be wrong though, maybe that was his comfortable mod. But this is actually a custom map. Custom mapped by Osujanai Katsurada. I love the song personally, some people don't, but you know, everyone has their own opinions, I guess. But yeah, this is going to be interesting one because Hidden is generally a mod that most people tend to stay away from in tournaments, especially. I feel like unless you're very confident. And CrunexX looks pretty confident on Hidden, so I think he'll perform okay. I don't know how Milton will perform on it, but maybe he'll shock the world and show us that he's a Hidden god. And we're gonna get right into the match here. We'll see who wins. One thing to point out is this map is pretty short in length, only 2 minutes, so there's the chance for it to go either way. And hopefully no one totally screws up here because you don't have a lot of time to come back. Yeah, and we can instantly see the difference between the players' movements here, actually. Milton seems to move more snappy towards the notes, and CrunexX seems to flow more with his pattern. And I would say that, in terms of movement, both players seem pretty confident, but Milton very confident with that snappy movement, which, in my opinion, helps with Hidden, especially. Being able to confidently snap to your position, although it can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes you tend to move too fast or dash too fast, and you can miss jumps that way. And if I remember correctly, there is a jump somewhere in this map. Not sure though, I can't remember. But both players doing very good. Although, it seems like Milton struggles with ACK a little bit as they drop back. CrunexX seems to be more consistent with the accuracy here. Ooh, and Milton's gonna find a miss. That is really not good for him. CrunexX is definitely going to build up a lead here now, and judging off his movement, he seems very confident now. So Milton's going to need to see a drop from CrunexX like around now if he wants to come back, but I don't think that's going to happen. Not a bad spinner from Milton there. I mean, was able to take a pretty decent path, but it wasn't enough to beat that FC from CrunexX there. So unfortunately for Milton, that's going to be another point for CrunexX, but really good job, CrunexX, in that second SS of the match, putting the score to 2-0. Now, if he can get to 3-0, and he'll guarantee a tiebreaker for himself, which definitely is good. And that was a break point as well, so he's going to be able to pick now here and pick something that he's comfortable with. So definitely odds are in his favor. And as I said earlier, the match is only first to 4 points, so once the player gets momentum, you gotta really try to stop it. And for Milton, it's looking kind of tough right now, especially on that losing that break point. And CrunexX is gonna pick Hard Rock 1, which I haven't seen these maps too much, so I can't comment on how difficult they are. But this Hard Rock is one of those mods that can be harder for most people. Some people try not to practice it too much. It's kind of like a double time in a sense. Yeah, the song is really good. XI songs are some of my favorite. They're classics. They've been around forever. Since I started playing Osu all the way back in 2016, which I guess is not too long for some people, but it's like, 6 years now around. And it looks like Milton is back, so we're going to be going to start this match now in just a few seconds. Hard Rock 1, which is also another short map, 2 minutes. So, I mean, it's going to be a similar situation to Hidden 1 there. We're going to have to see if the consistency is there, because if not, then, one misconnect honestly be pretty detrimental to your score and can cause you to lose, but we'll have to see. CrunexX definitely confident in this mod. Milton looked like they struggled a bit in the qualifiers, but it shouldn't be too high of an AR and it shouldn't be too high of a CS either. As you can see, still pretty manageable. Yeah, there was a spinner there earlier on the map, and it looks like they could just around bananas there. I'm not sure. It's still flickering back and forth, so I'm not entirely sure any player won that. Could have been a tie. Yeah, one thing to take note here is if you look at the players' movement, it looks like CrunexX definitely is more comfortable with catcher control. Milton's kind of a little bit wobbly, I guess you could say. CrunexX is definitely snapping to those notes and has definitely grasped dashing and all of that, which is an advantage because, especially in these early rounds when there's a high amount of nerves, I feel like you tend to lose a bit of your catcher control due to that pressure. So Yeah, very good job for CrunexX, and he's going to win that due to spinner. Another map with a lot of spinners, and yeah, both players SSing that, but unfortunately, CrunexX was able to take that from Milton, because he looked like he memorized a lot of the spinners, honestly. Very close match, yes. And that's something you're going to probably expect in these round of 64 is these very close matches, just because of the easy nature of the maps, especially for like people like CrunexX and, you know, higher seeded players. It's definitely going to be easier for them, but that's still not to say that a lower seed player can't beat them, as long as they practice those spinners. And I mean, honestly, this match might serve as a good lesson for those people to focus on stuff like that. But yeah, now it is a match point. CrunexX is looking very confident here. Milton's going to pick No Mod 1, which is honestly a very good pick in retaliation to try to stop that lead and that momentum from CrunexX, as this is a true consistency test, and nerves can really throw things off here. Hopefully Milton can win the spinners, because I feel like that's going to be what he needs to do in order to beat CrunexX here, because CrunexX is very confident and has FC'd every map so far. I think SS'd every map so far, actually. So in order to beat that, he's really going to have to step it up and do those spinners like a pro, I would say. See, people are saying it's loud. That's good. I'll turn it down on my thing. Hopefully this is better. Hopefully the audio is not as loud anymore. Much better. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear it. And yeah, we're gonna start the match here. Possibly the last little battle here between the two players, depending on what happens. But I believe in Milton. I think there's a lot of Milton supporters in the chat telling him to reverse sweep. Who knows? Could happen. Maybe that was the plan the whole time. Ooh, okay, so that was an early miss from CrunexX, actually, which is good for Milton, although it was a miss before 200 combo, so it's not too bad for CrunexX. Like, basically CrunexX can still come back very easily here, but that is very good for Milton in terms of the lead here. Milton's going to take that lead now by around 20,000 points. Still a lot of time left in the map though, so he's going to have to hold on throughout the rest of this map to guarantee that win. And as you can see, this map doesn't require too much movement, and I think all of the maps in round of 64 don't really require dashing. As you can see, none of them are clicking the dash button. It's just insane amounts of control and consistency, really. So I think this map did a great job testing that. Looks like CrunexX is having a little fun there, though, with the platter. Yeah, now we're approaching the halfway mark of the map, and Milton's showing no signs of giving up here. Still holding on to an SS, so still going to be in the lead here. As long as they can just hold on for the last half of this map, this could be a point for them, and this could be, you know, this could change things here. Who knows? I don't want to get too early on it though. I don't want to curse anyone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the early miss doesn't do much. As you can see, the score's still pretty close, although I think CrunexX could have a chance to come back with the spinner if they took a really good path, I think, but that would require Milton to do a very bad path. It's still heavily in Milton's favor, unless he obviously misses. Here's the spinner. Yeah, and as you can see, Milton actually did pretty good there, I think, and was able to continue his lead, and I think that's the only spinner in the map, actually. So, I think all they have to do is just hold on, and this is a point for them. It looks like CrunexX, though, is having a little bit of fun here. I think they kind of know that that early miss kind of screwed them up a little bit, so they're just trying to have fun, and why not? But here's the last spinner. Okay, so there's another spinner, but it's not going to be enough for CrunexX to come back, I don't think. Yeah. Milton's going to take that point from CrunexX. That's the first point from Milton. A really good pick, honestly. Able to not get knocked out right away, so you know, there you go, one against 3. You know, it looks like CrunexX talking about their keyboard, so maybe they had a keyboard issue at the beginning there, which caused them to miss early. But yeah, that's going to make things a little interesting here. But now Milton has to survive a pick from CrunexX, and has to take a break point. If he can take this break point, then things will look very, very good for him. And there could be a possibility of a tiebreaker. That'd be awesome. Tiebreaker in the first match of the tournament. That'd be cool. Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna go Hard Rock 2, which definitely is not good for Milton, I would say. As we saw, CrunexX was very confident on the Hard Rock. So yeah, a little bit of a longer map though, so there's that, you know, there's that possibility of things changing around. But yeah. And it looks like Milton doesn't have the map according to CrunexX here, so maybe a sight read? Definitely not the best for a match point situation.
I just think she's kinda ugly. I'm not trying to be cruel, but the way she calls you happy before the altar alters you, and you know I'm not trying to waste your time, but I know if I had some, I would change your mind. I just think she's kinda ugly, unless she's not the one for you. Let's not get this confused. Look at her and look at you. Yeah. She'll mess up your genetic pool, and I would never do that. I would just improve that. Know that I'm supposed to be nice and everything, on some feminism shit. Yeah. Know that it's not with me. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, and should be starting pretty soon. Crunex hoping that their keyboard doesn't do trolling again. Uh-oh. Keyboard issues are definitely not the best. I know that having issues during a tournament in general is not the best. Happens to me as well. But yeah, we're gonna get started in just a moment.
I don't know if I'm like more concerned or confused. That's the thing. It just doesn't make any sense.
And here we go. This is a convert, and for people who are new or don't understand converts, it's basically a standard map converted to a catch map. So you're gonna see more unconventional patterns, maybe some randomness thrown throughout. You know, as you can see here, it doesn't look like a normal catch map. And sometimes you see a lot of these dense note patterns. Definitely, I would say this requires a lot more control and precision. Both players hitting that jump there, which is actually pretty impressive. That definitely looked to be pretty hard, and haven't really seen patterns like that in this round yet, so that's cool.
I just think she's kinda ugly. I'm not trying to be cruel, but the way she calls you happy before the altar alters you. And you know I'm not trying to waste your time, but I know if I had some, I would change your mind. I just think she's kinda ugly, and that she's not the one for you. Let's not get this confused. Look at her and look at you. She'll mess up your genetic pool, and I would never do.
Both players dropping act there. Actually, I think they dropped the same amount of act. Interesting. And we're nearing the 3/4 mark of the map. Both players having identical score right now. It might come down to a spinner, honestly. Looks like Milton almost did not catch that jump there. But yeah, both players still holding on to the same act and score.
More concerned or confused. That's the thing. It just doesn't make any sense. But why? Why would you do that though? Like,
I just think she's kinda ugly. I'm not trying to be cruel,
don't need to.
but
why?
the way she calls you happy
It just seems unnecessary.
before the altar alters you.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm not
And you know I'm not trying to waste your time, but I know if I had some, I would change your mind. I just think she's kinda ugly, and that she's not the one for you.
There was no spinner? I'm surprised there's no spinner there. They're gonna have to play that map again. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, that was a tie. And in situations like this, we basically replay the map. Since they got the exact same accuracy and there was no spinner, that basically guarantees a tie. I'm surprised there was no spinner, actually. I think I probably should be a spinner for these early rounds due to this reason. If they tie twice, they play again. So basically, if they tie like 10 times in a row, then they have to play it 10 times in a row. Basically until one person trips up.
I just gotta be honest. I don't like the way she dresses, or the way that she pronounces her S's. And I'm just saying what
But yeah.
I'm thinking.
So we get to listen to that song again.
I'm not trying to be pretentious, but we know what we had was the bestest. Now you're hiding behind white picket fences, and she knows she don't know you, no, like I know you, no. Not that I'm supposed to be nice and everything, on some feminism shit, yeah. Not that it's not with me, maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's not. I just think she's kinda ugly. I'm not trying to be cruel.
Yeah, we're gonna get back into the same map. I mean, there are some jumps in this map where I feel like you could miss on accidentally. So I still think there's a good chance for that to happen. We'll just have to see. Sing along. I can't sing. I don't have the ability to sing, unfortunately. Nah. You can maybe XF or Kings will sing. Riki, let me in.
I just think she's kinda ugly. I'm not trying to be cruel.
Ooh, okay, so I wasn't paying attention here, but it looks like CrunexX actually has an act drop, which means that Milton will be in the lead actually. And if Milton can just hold on to the SS throughout this map, he'll actually take that point. So we'll have to see.
Let's not get this confused. Look at her and look at you. She'll mess up your genetic pool, and I would never do that. I would just improve that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see though, because there was that one spot somewhere around here, I think, where they both lost back. I don't know why. Probably just a weird droplet position. But
I just think she's kinda ugly.
it looks like
I'm not trying.
Milton's much more confident now that he's played it once already. So I think he actually got past that point, and he's still holding on to the SS here. If he can just keep holding on and does not drop at all, this will be a point for him.
I just think she's kinda ugly, and that she's not the one for you.
I don't know if I'm like more concerned or confused. That's the thing.
Show your death metal voice. I don't think I can do that. I think I would just, my voice would die instantly if I tried that. But okay, here we go. We're coming to the close of the map. Very, very close here. Milton's still in the lead. Just has to hold on just a little bit longer. And it looks like Milton's gonna win that actually. Just purely based on accuracy. I think that was like a 3 droplet miss from CrunexX, which caused him to lose. So yeah, that is actually a very, very crazy thing to see. You don't see that often. But you know, Milton coming back here, this could be a tiebreaker. This is actually very good for him as he won a break point. Now, I think he should give himself some time to consider his options because he has a lot to choose from, and he could bring this a tiebreaker if he picks something that he's the most confident with. And maybe that was his plan all along, who knows. To answer your question, droplets are like the small circles in between the big ones, and that is basically what counts to your accuracy. And if you drop those, you lose accuracy, and that can cause you to lose the match, as you see here.
But we know what we had was the bestest. Now you're hiding behind white picket fences, and she knows she don't know you, no, like I know you, no. Not that I'm supposed to be nice and everything, on some feminism shit, yeah.
Nomad 4. Okay, so that's going to be a converts, and that's going to be a more tech-based convert. I will say, in terms of this, I feel like CrunexX feels more confident because, from what I know, he enjoys converts more, plays a lot of them, but could be wrong. But yeah, this map is a little bit interesting. It has a jump at the start. And honestly, that could determine the win. That could determine tiebreaker or a win here. So, who knows? Man, here we go. Both players hitting that jump there. No act loss yet. Ooh, CrunexX fighting a miss there. That's actually very big for Milton. That was at around the 200 combo mark. It wasn't a 200 combo miss yet, but that's still enough to create a pretty big lead for Milton, as long as he can hold on. As you can see, now the lead is pretty big. It's actually growing even more now. That's going to be huge for Milton. And the spinners here don't even really matter. He could, you know, troll the spinners and still win with the lead he has. And both players now at the break see the score difference. That's like a 60k lead for Milton, which is absolutely huge. And we're nearing the 3/4 mark of the map. As long as you can hold on, this can be a point that brings him the tiebreaker. First tiebreaker match happening on the first match of the tournament. It's pretty hype. Yes, imagine the nerves. CrunexX probably very nervous right now, and Milton, seeing that score difference, knows he has to hold on. And he's doing it. He dropped a little bit of act there, but it doesn't matter. Hitting that jump. And this is the last PI of the map. Will Milton be able to hold on? I think he will, and that's going to solidify a tiebreaker against the two players. And yeah, that's a tiebreaker right there, due to CrunexX's one miss there at around the 200 combo. And wow, that is something, guys, I have to say. Tiebreaker on the first match of a tournament is quite hype. And this is a long map, 4 minutes, so huge consistency tests. And CrunexX must be pretty nervous now. He had that lead earlier, but he's slipping up just a little bit, causing him to lose these points. It really makes you realize that this round is a huge consistency test and a test of your spinner ability. But even then, I would say that Milton lacks that and still is able to come back here due to consistency. Yeah, and there's people playing on the chat. The only mod that is allowed in Tiebreaker is Hidden. You can't do Hard Rock because that would give a score multiplier, and obviously the other mods, you can't do that as well. But Hidden is allowed just because it doesn't add score multiplier, and some people might prefer it as a preference, for readability. But I think it's silly. Hidden is a weird mod. Ban Hidden from every game. Yeah, and here we go, getting started. First tiebreaker of the tournament, which is funny because it happens to be the first match of the tournament as well. Who's going to take the point here? Who's going to take the win and move on? A lot of people rooting for Milton in the chat, but it would be great to see support for both sides. I feel like both players deserve support. That is true. Lots of support from Milton. The pick'ems were definitely in favor of CrunexX here, but there might be a little bit of an upset here for some people. Who knows? This map is huge control base, and there is a lot of droplets slider patterns that you need to hit in order to keep that act, and also combos. You can see those big droplets there. Very vital to keeping your combo. And towards the later part of the map, you'll see some even weirder slider patterns that are a little more difficult to catch, which might be the cost of the match for one of the players here. We'll have to see. But both players still holding on to an SS. And both players, you know, spamming the buttons on their keyboard, getting out the nerves or something, probably, I would assume. Oh yeah, and we get to hear the amazing hit sounds again. Pretty epic. Ooh, and it looks like Milton actually has a bit of an act drop there. That's not good. And he unfortunately misses that spinner a little bit. And we can see CrunexX opts to wiggle that pattern, and Milton decides to place himself in the middle between them. Both options work. But as we can see, CrunexX is definitely more confident with the movement here. And due to the act difference in that spinner, he's going to take the lead. Yeah, and we can see the score difference is 2,000 right now, so it's still a small margin, but we're coming to the end of the map here. We're gonna have to see a miss from CrunexX if Milton wants to come back. And unfortunately, not doing, actually, I can't tell now. The score seems very closer than before, but I did not see the spinner path that each player took. But we're coming very close to the end of the map here. And that's going to be a win for CrunexX there on the tiebreaker. SSing. Very impressive. Very, very impressive score. And Milton still FCing as well, but just a little struggling, you know, lacking on the spinners a bit and the ack, but still very good performance. There was a score difference of like 2,000 points around. A little more, like 4,000. So still very close match, and, you know, as you can see from the players in the chat, very, very nervous match there for both players. That was very close, actually. And Milton did a really good job stopping the momentum from CrunexX. And, you know, what else can you do there? Let me just turn that down. There we go. Okay. But yeah, that's going to be the winner of our first match, CrunexX, which means he's going to move on to the round of 32 in the winner's bracket. Good news for Milton is that he's not out of the tournament yet. He's in the loser's bracket, so he still has a chance to play a few rounds, maybe even come out, who knows. If he can make it all the way to the end of the tournament, that'd be cool. He definitely has potential. I would say that the biggest thing was spinners where he was lacking on. I think he could have taken some of the points there if he was more confident on spinning, and movement as well, I think, was just a little bit lacking. But, you know, other than that, still a really good performance from both players. And that's about it from me. Hold on. And yeah, that's gonna conclude the round of 64 match. I'll just check the schedule here for you guys, and we can see. It looks like the next match will be Jesse Chuga versus Dots. 2 Canadian players going against each other. Interesting. And that is 2 days from now at 2 UTC. Actually, there's 2 matches at 2 UTC. So I'm not sure which one's going to be streamed. We'll decide that later. And you'll see that on the main sheet, most likely. But yeah, that's going to conclude the first match. That was a great match from both players. And I'm going to end stream here. So thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.